do we feel things need to change in the inner city? I think we're just not honest. I think if we can just look at the situation for what it is and look at what's happening across the country, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, it's been happening forever. You know what I'm saying? I remember growing up, no one had a camera phone, and I seen things, and I wish I could have, filmed it myself. But it is what it is, and these things have happened, have been happening, and I think us as a society in this country need to understand that it's real, and how do we get to that place that we can kind of have a conversation about it? Because for me, I get it. When you look at me and you see me, and you're gonna assume a certain thing, like whatever. That's cool, and I guess I'm guilty of that too. You know what I mean? When I was in China, I figured they're gonna come out and swinging, kicking, but they didn't. I guess I'm guilty of stereotyping to a certain extent. If we can kind of come to a table and just have a conversation, listen, you don't like me, but okay, I get that, but I can probably just have a conversation with me and talk to me. I can probably persuade you otherwise, and I think that's what we do when we step on stage every night, We're doing that. We just need to be honest about what it is that's going on, what it is that's happening. If we can get to that place, which is a very difficult place, I don't think we've ever got to that place that we can honestly be honest about ourselves and how we feel and just the situation that's been going on, and Ferguson and just everywhere, you know what I mean? So, and I think if we can honestly get to that point, then, it's almost like, having a Thanksgiving dinner, you know what I'm saying? You got your family and there's tension in that table, this cousin don't like this cousin. It's just like, but it's always been that case. But unless you hash it out and try to figure out what's going on, it'll always be that tension, you know what I'm saying? And the community that I grew up in Lauderdale, man, there's always that tension with the cops, with police officers, it is what it is. I just remember just driving around with friends and just being pulled over for whatever reason, because it matches the description of some vehicle that they're looking for. And, you know what it is. Let's talk about it, and as a black man in America, I'm not afraid of that conversation. I'm not afraid of you looking at me a certain way and thinking something. It's cool, fine. I mean, you don't know me from a can of paint, and I don't know you, so, and I'm not afraid to talk about it.
I think that, Will raises great points in that, we all need to kind of just be real about what's actually happening here. As important as it is to learn, about geography and social studies and all that kind of stuff in school, I think that the dialogue needs to be happening, and dialogue regarding race relations, regarding gender equality, regarding cultural freedoms and religious freedoms. I think these are things that they should have been talking to us about when we was in 5th grade, 2nd grade, kindergarten. I talk to my kids about it. I got 10, 8, and 6-year-old daughters, and we talk about why they're in a school and maybe everyone else in the school is white, and they just sometimes they'll say, oh, I want to be white. Well, let's sit down and talk about why you feel like that. These are real conversations, and I don't think that as a kid, I don't remember having that. I remember my experiences shaping my perspective when I was a kid, much more than actual dialogue from adults of different colors and different places. I mean, I think that's how we go about as far as prevention or change, at a societal level, not just what Kevin will think right now, To a certain extent, we all kind of do it. We all kind of, whether this person's old, you're going to think a certain thing, or this person's young, or this young kid with his pants hanging way lower than we used to do it, you already think, just whatever, whatever it may be. It's hard to go against those things because you've learned those things and those are experiences that you've picked up over the years, but we every day are an example of you can't judge a book by its cover, because 6'2", 260 ain't supposed to be classically trained playing a violin. Every day we step on the stage and break stereotypes, and we know that. So for me, I'm just a much more aware of what people can do. I would say I'm less surprised by it too, because I feel like anyone I meet can do anything. I need to approach them as an open book, and I think we as society need to do that with every person that we meet. And just, you just never know who's gonna play, a Bach partita. You have no idea which dude is gonna do that, and I think that's a real thing. And these may seem like small things, but education at the earliest level is obviously the first and foremost, I think. And as of right now, what we all can do is just understand that, you can't judge a book by its cover, and you have to allow someone, the person that you meet, to allow them the chance to shape your perceptions of them. Don't do it before they prove to you why they aren't who you think they are. That's really the only thing we can do at this level. Hopefully this over the years we can kind of put it together, and America and the world in general can appreciate everybody for who they are and not what they look like or how old they are or who their mother and father is or what country they're born in, but we can only hope and pray that we get there someday.
We have to get men involved. Men have to become womanists and feminists. Men have to love women better. That's why Black Women Rock exists.
I knew that Latinos had a little bit more to say than Rico Suave or Mellow Mayonnaise. God bless them.
We were driving on the wrong side of the road. People were like looking at us. He just kept flashing his tour pass like that meant anything in the streets.
So somehow, some way, the police finds Will, and they try to say that he started the fight so they can get the publicity and try to say we got a superstar in jail or whatever.